Hi, my name is Dora, and the major I chose for the project is finance. It's a part of the Cranert School of Management, and it's located in the Cranert building. Finance is a major that deals with money through either a local or international level. Basically, what you do is you analyze markets and make financial decisions for companies or firms that uh, take in a lot of money, and then you decide how to use it and store it so it doesn't get lost. So the basic courses and curriculum you'll be taking in a finance major obviously have a lot to do with money. The basic classes you'll be taking freshman and sophomore year include economics, accounting, and business statistics. They all deal with just the basics way to look at a market and analyze it. When you get into your third and fourth year, though, you can kind of go in your separate way in the field of finance, and you get to choose between financial management, marketing management, finance upper division, organizational behavior, operations management, and strategic management. All of them have a different way of being used in finance, but all kind of deal with the same type of thing. Uh, all the courses that you'll take have to deal with how both a market works and how to manage the money. It also helps you in learning how to work as a team and be able to manage other employees in your department. So jobs that recent Purdue grads have gotten after graduating from Purdue include financial analysis for a global engine and manufacturer, financial advisor for a financial investment group, an analysis for a multinational banking financial service holding company, and a research analysis for a global management consultant firm. The inventory that I chose to work with was the MBTI code. The types of students that would be successful in management recommended to have the code of ISTJ or INTJ. It's recommended that you have introversion as your code rather than extroversion because you work better independently, and you also enjoy working in a quiet and efficient manner. You have to work with a lot of money in finance, so you need to be able to think about what you're going to do and be able to do it by yourself and make your own decisions. So the one part of the code that can be different is sensing versus intuition, and it really depends just what part of finance that you want to work with. Sensing is obviously better if you want to actually deal with the money in more of an accountant role, because you like facts and information. And someone with an intuition type would work better as a market analysis position, because one, you'll work with a team and analyze a market together, and two, it's because you get to see different scenarios and analyze it from different viewpoints rather than just the facts of the market. So the last two letters of your code are basically the most important if you want to go into finance. Thinking is important to have because for a career in finance, you basically just work with logic, critiquing new ideas, and finding flaws with a market that you're working in. You have to be able to do all three of these so you can put appropriate amounts of money in each market and be able to make positive improvements with the company's money that you're working with so you don't lose it all. The most important aspect of finance, which would be the judging part of your code. You have to be really good at judging because when you're working with large amount of money, you have to be able to be in charge of what's happening with it, and also be able to plan out what you're going to do with the money in advance so that when a different situation arises that you don't just mess up and lose all the money for a company. Other key aspects of judging include being organized, working steadily towards a goal, and dependability, which are all essential characteristics if you want to be a financial major. So for my code, it doesn't exactly match up with finance. My code was ISFP, which has the first two letters work, but the last two don't. And the biggest part of that is that judging isn't part of my code. I prefer to get tasks done on a specific timetable in an efficient manner, but I'm not all about organization and I procrastinate at times. And that could hurt if I wanted to go into a finance major. I think I could still do well in finance though, because procrastination and unorganization is easy to fix, I think. You just have to put a lot more work towards it. The finance department is located in the Cranert School of Management, and it's a Cranert building. There's a big open lobby basically right when you enter the building, and it just has a bunch of seats and a reception desk, and so if you need any help finding anything, you can just ask the person at the reception desk. Otherwise, there's just a lot of seats, tables, stuff like that where you can work in groups or alone and study and prepare before your classes. Right when you walk in, you can tell that there's a very warm and welcoming feeling just by the setup of the lobby. So when I went to the Cranert building to see if it'd be somewhere where I want to spend the next 4 years studying and stuff like that, you can tell by how many students that were sitting in there working in groups, doing homework, studying, stuff like that, that these students are committed to success and that they really just want to have all their work done, finish all their homework, and be ready so that they're not in a bad situation when exams come around, stuff like that. So looking at the plan of study, there are only 2 quantitative reasoning classes required for finance. They are Applied Calculus 1 and Applied Calculus 2. There's only 1 science course required, and it's microeconomics, which already deals with money, so it's more oriented toward the role, or the class role anyway. There are no science, tech, and society majors or courses required for finance. There are 15 credit hours of general elective. However, 11 of those 15 come in your senior year, so you have a lot of off time then, but prior to that, it's just a lot of accounting, economics, stuff like that. A foreign language is not required for finance. However, if you plan on doing more of a management side of finance, where you're working with more people and in groups and stuff like that, and especially if you're going into an international type of finance, it'd definitely be helpful to know multiple languages, or even just more than one. So the CODA requirements for transferring into finance are a minimum GPA of a 2.5. You have to have at least a C- in all of your classes from the previous semester. You must have taken 12 credit hours of classes at Purdue University, and you cannot be on probation. You must reach all of these requirements, even if you have most of them. Even if you are missing one of these requirements, they'll put you on a wait list rather than allowing you to CODA into their program.
Hi, my name is James, and my Chinese name is Wei Zhengyang. And today I'm going to talk about the major, which is industrial management. Industrial management is housed in Cranert School of Management at Purdue. And this major is dealing with the creation and management with systems that integrate people and materials and energy in productive ways. This means that they have to have a keen sense of business, along with a great understanding of economics and finance. You may do the work like developing the mathematical skills to work with budget, gaining the understanding of production chains, being able to see the big picture of the final output, and seeing how the initial details factor in it. And for this major, you have to take the management and economic and organized leadership and human resources courses for your senior and junior years. And next, I will talk about if the students graduate from this major, they may get the jobs just like industrial production manager, construction manager, operations managers, and they have a lot of choices to do the different kinds of management in these areas. And next, I will choose the SDS code for this major, which is IER. These 3 letters are standing for investigative, enterprising, and realistic. So I think the students who are investigative or enterprising or realistic, they may get interested on this major easily, and they will be successful in this major easily too. And for this Cranert building at Purdue, it is located at State Street and just behind the Hawkins Hall. And I just saw lots of students who are majoring the management major studying in the Cranert building when I get into it. and I felt there was so quiet, and since all of the students there were studying hard. And for the plan of study of this major, you have to take the math 161 or 165. And the science, for the science areas, you have to take the psychology 120 or the sociology 100. But however, there is no required for the foreign language. And also there are 9 credits for free electives courses. And okay, in the end, I'd like to talk about the codal requirements for this major. First, you have to watch the video of the industrial management and take the survey of it. Also, you have to complete 12 credit hours at Purdue West Lafayette campus and 2.5 overall minimum of GPA and Math 223, Intro Analysis 1 or equivalent completed with C minor or higher. Also, minimum C minors in any completed EAI courses.